My beautiful Sagittariuses, hello there. Like Infinite Waters. Do y'all watch him? I love him. Anyway, I am Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jen the Butterfly, and this is your Sagittarius May 2016 monthly tarot scope. Let's see here. I've already taken the time to pre-shuffle the deck. This is your general reading. You guys had a pretty good love reading. If you hadn't had a chance to check it out, please do so. So right now we're going to just focus on anything can come up in a general reading. It could be regarding to your just thoughts. It could be in regards to your job, your money, whatever what spiritual path you're on. Anything can pop up. So let's just see what we have coming in for my Sagittarius, okay? As a general energy, we have the Death card. So just by looking at this, I feel like this probably is going to be more in the spiritual arena for my Sagittarius, or even your thought patterns, your habits, what challenge you're going to be facing within the month. The Queen of Wands, and this is you, male or female. What's going on in your subconscious mind, or your underlying thoughts, is the Ace of Pentacles. What happened in the past to bring all of this about? The Seven of Swords. What's currently going on in your conscious mind? What a wonderful card to have in the present position is the Magician. And what's coming up in the near future for you is the King of Swords. So, like I said, Sagittarius, I feel with the Death card, this is a death of, I feel like the death of habits, the death of addictions, the death of negative self-talk, the death of certain relationships that, are not for your best benefit. But what serves as a challenge, I feel like you are actually holding your own self up because you want to do what you want to do. It's like, although you understand the benefits of discontinuing some of these relationships or ending some of these habits, at the end of the day it still feels good and you want to still do them, okay? Even if it came down to self-loathing, because I feel like some of my Sagittarius out there have been in a spot where they tend to think a little bit on the negative side. Not all of them, because I think for the most part Sagittarius are pretty positive outlook people, but I feel like for some of you, and who you are, you've been in you had like a negative slump, or been feeling like you've been in a negative slump, and self-loathing became very easy to stay in. That energetic space of self-loathing, woe is me, I don't. It became very easy, and before you knew it, it was routine for you to speak in that way. And what we do know is when you start to entertain that type of energy, you stay in that type of energy, you don't even realize how negative you can actually be, okay? And it starts to spill over in every part of your life. It becomes addictive. You don't even want to talk about. We constantly end up concentrating more on your negatives than your positives, and I feel like that's where you were coming from for some of you, okay? Because I feel like I have two messages for my Sagittarius. So when I see this Queen of Wands crossing the Death card, this is you just slow. You're resisting. The death card comes in. It does bring change. It does bring transition and transformation. But you make the process harder on yourself when you try to remain in control of the situation. And I feel like for my Sagittarius, you have been working against yourself, trying to remain in control. Okay? You want to dictate when you want to have a drink, or when you want to smoke you a little joint every now and then, or, and I'm not even saying that those things are bad, but I feel like for you, whatever it is, or maybe it's gambling, or maybe it's women, maybe it's men, whatever it is, I feel like it keeps you from performing at your optimal level, okay? It keeps you from being productive, okay? So But you like it because it does feed your carnal desires, it feeds your earthly desires, and you're all about having fun and being happy and feeling happy, okay? But I feel like what you're entering now is a place in your life where my grandma used to say, you have to straighten up and fly right. That's what's happening, okay? Like, it's time for you to get a little bit more serious about where you're going in life or what you want out of life. Now, I know for a group of my Sagittariuses that I've been reading for, you guys have just been working, and being very focused. I see that this is just about you on a very opposite end of the scale. I'm reading for two sets. What I feel with this card is, with this reading, is that this is requiring you to pay more attention to yourself and for you to speak up more about what you want as opposed to you doing so much for other people. Okay, so that's two messages I have just for the very center of this reading. But all in all, there are major changes that are afoot for my Sagittariuses. Okay. And what led up to this, and we'll get to what's going on in your subconscious in a minute, but what led up to this for the ones that it's time for you to straighten up and fly right, you got into some trouble, boo. You got into some trouble. Maybe you had to serve a little bit of jail time. I feel like maybe you got busted in something. You tried to deceive somebody and you got busted, and you realize maybe you stole something, or maybe something was stolen from you. Okay, it can go a lot of ways. I'm getting a different scenarios of how this situation can play out, but something happened in the past that has brought about this change for you because you realize, you know what, I cannot continue on this way. Okay, I cannot continue on dealing with these people in this way. You have the intent here with the Magician. You have everything that you need, and I think you do realize that. I feel like what's going on subconsciously for you is the fact that you do realize, even though you want to do what you want to do, you do ultimately realize that this is for your greater good. Okay, I see that for a lot of you that you're really going to be working very hard to allow this change to take place in your life and move forward into a different phase of your life, leaving some things behind. I do see you leaving some things behind, some people behind. You start off as a Seven of Swords in the past position, and as we enter towards the end of the month, you progress all the way until to the King of Swords. So you're actively letting go, and I feel like these are thought processes here. When I see the Seven of Swords in this position for the other group, I know this is kind of confusing, y'all, because like I said, there's a lot of different ways that I'm seeing this. But for those that you're trying to live a more structured life, get a little bit more order in your life, you're going to be doing that towards the you're going to be cutting out some more. You're going to be cutting out some ideas that no longer serve you. Okay, and you're realizing, you're seeing now. I don't think in the past, like, you were doing it because you were doing it in the past because you knew that you should, right? Like, I know I shouldn't be drinking a whole fifth of liquor every week. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? You know you should do it, but by the end of the month with routine, because I feel like with the Magician, this is you being, your intent being very strong to maintain a routine, to move forward, to keep whatever this habit is away from you, or to you maintaining the intent to stay away from a certain person that you said you're not going to be around anymore. And by the end of the month, you under you gain a deeper understanding. Like you start to physically feel and notice, or even mentally notice, the difference that it has made in your life once you have allowed the energy of the death card to come in and do its thing, have its way with you. Okay, you're going to be feeling more in control, because again, like I said, for some of you, you were not in control of whatever this is, this relationship with this person, excuse me, the way your negative self-talk, any habits or addictions. Okay, and so with routine and with intent and with practice, you definitely see by the end of the month, like, wow, this really isn't as bad as what I thought it was. You'll start to see that, maybe you exacerbated the issue because it was out of fear. You just didn't want to change. But now that you've made that change, things start to flow better for you, and you can feel it, and you recognize it, you can see it. It's something tangible that you can feel now, mentally tangible. You can grasp. That's what it is. You can grasp that idea, like, oh, this is what they were talking about. This is what life feels when I'm not drunk all the time. Life is pretty good when I'm not drunk all the time. You know what I mean? Like, or if you thought that you couldn't be with a certain person, you know what? Life is not really all that bad without them. I thought that it was going to be horrible, but this is okay. This is doable. This could work. That's what I feel like you're saying. And you're going to be taking that energy and moving into June, feeling more control over your thoughts. Okay? Let's look and see. This is your one Mercury retrograde focus card. As we do know, we are in the majority of May is in the Mercury retrograde period. Mercury went retrograde on April the 28th, and there was a shadow period that started back in April 14th. So you could have been feeling some of this energy since then. Mercury would then go direct on May the 22nd, but then has a post-shadow period that extends until June the 7th. So, this card is only to help guide you, because this is during that time during Mercury retrograde where we can take time to reassess, review, revisit, redirect, whatever we need to do. We get to go back and look again. So let's just see what Spirit says that you can go back to look again at. Self-worth. Bam. I couldn't said it any better. It's because of this. You have to go back and look at ways where you were not valuing yourself, what ways that you allow yourself to be used and taken advantage of, in what ways that you were being disloyal to you. That's why this death card is coming in. Like I told you earlier, and it's amazing that this card came out like this. It's like you, in the past, you knew that there was something that whatever this was that you left, you knew it was something that you needed to get rid of. But by the end of the month, like I said before, it is you mentally being able to grasp the benefits of the changes that you're making. Okay, look at this. When I see this card, the self-worth card, look at this throne. The throne is being presented to the young lady as if it was a gift from the heavens, from the Most High God, from a divine source, a divine power. That, here is your power back. Like I see it almost like, even though it looks like a trail, but I see it as if like somebody's rolling out the red carpet and saying, here you go, here, get your power back. This card is tied to your sacral chakra. And so this is you being able to get that confidence back in yourself. Like I told you earlier, I feel for some of you, you've lost some of your confidence. You got so used to this self-loathing that you start to feel like, I ain't shit. And it's telling you, no, you are the shit, boo. You are everything. And here's your chair. Come sit down in this chair, Don't think that the world is so cold. Your world is not cold. Your world is warm and full of love. You have to remember this, okay? That you are divine just by being yourself. It doesn't matter what you've done, good or bad. You are still divine. Okay? You are created perfectly, and you are worth something. So don't let these situations, and don't block yourself, Sagittarius. Don't block yourself. You have blessings coming in. You have the mental power to do this. So don't give up. Okay? This is not the moment. This is not the month to give up. There is no month to give up. There is no giving up. Okay? You have everything that you need to make this transition, to live life as a better version of yourself. So take advantage of that. All right? Let's look at your Wisdom for Healing card. Be proactive. Again, stand on top of that mountain and claim it. You are royal. You are regal. Like I said, you are born divine. Okay? You have the control to change and live how you would like to live and how you picture yourself. Because I feel like for some of you, you're not living in the way that you envisioned. Okay? Today's lesson, or I'm going to say the month lesson, it says recognize one major area of insecurity in your life and see how much it disempowers you. Then identify one small action you can take to release that insecure feeling. Your goal is to observe whether you're proactive or passive, since healing requires proactive energy. The Magician signifies this is your proactive energy, Sagittarius. Okay? This is a major arcana card. You have two major arcana cards. There is a strive for a balance back in your life. Be proactive. Two cards, you have the energy of change and the energy of mental intent to help you accomplish that change. Take advantage of May. Don't let this energy pass you by. If it's time for you to get on a routine, then do so. If it's time for you to get organized, then do so. Okay? I feel I can almost guarantee you by the end of the month, if you do this, you are going to be feeling better. Okay? And just remember, take one step at a time. The purpose is, as long as you keep going, just don't stop, babies. Be proactive. Be proactive. Remember your self-worth. Okay? Remember who you are. You are divine by birthright. Okay? You deserve abundance. You deserve love. You deserve respect. You deserve whatever you want. You have that intent to go out and get whatever you want. Why sit around and self-loathe? The world is your oysters, baby. Okay? So, this is a beautiful reading, y'all. Whew. I get chills looking at it, But good luck to you, Sagittarius. If this reading resonates with you and you would like a personal reading with me, please hit me up. My information is in the description box, okay? I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful May, and take care. Love you. Bye-bye.